Inside Books is the only organization in Texas that sends books to inmates.
I think it's an absolute right to have educational materials. The idea of not having literature available is ludicrous to me. I don't understand how that would work with the idea of the prison system at all.
There's libraries in a lot of the jails, but from what people tell us, they don't have much access to them. A lot of it because of budget cuts, or because the guards just don't feel like letting prisoners go to the library. So instead of sending books to libraries, we send them to the people individually and put them in their hands. I mean, a lot of people write to us and they just want, Pulp Fiction, just so they're not just sitting in their cell staring at the walls. Other people want books so they can, educate themselves.
Trades, educational stuff.
We get a lot of requests for law books.
Art books, magazines.
Dictionaries we never have enough dictionaries, ever.
And lots of people who are trying to study for tests of some sort, usually GED tests.
These are people who really don't expect your help, and sometimes I think don't understand why we are here doing this, why we send books to people.
Actually, what brought me to find this place was dumpster diving, which is another one of my hobbies. I would go to the Half Price Books dumpster on Guadalupe across from Leedsville, and just started getting all these books and didn't know what to do with them. And just trying to give them to all my friends. And they're like, you should take them to Inside Books. And that's when I started working with the project. My role has been pretty much, well, not full-time, 30, 40 hours a week. I guess that's pretty much full-time.
Probably 4 or 5 years ago, I got a letter from an inmate who had cancer, and he was writing, just asking for books, I think, and maybe some sort of help that we probably couldn't give him. He was an elderly gentleman, and I don't know what he did, but it struck me that he's dying in prison, and he'd been there longer than I'd been alive. So that one always stuck with me over the years.
I guess it's seeped its way into most aspects of my life.
I'm particularly concerned about the rates of incarceration in this country and what that's doing to communities when people come out, especially since our criminal justice system is in no way designed for rehabilitation.
My least favorite thing about Inside Books is the overwhelmingness of the prison crisis. Every day there are more people in prison, which means the work that we have to do is constantly growing.
I mean, if you look at most of the people that are in prison in the U.S., most of it is low-level drug offenses.
I think it's really stacked historically and structurally against poor people, people of color, working people.
It's just ridiculous that we're warehousing these people, and somebody's definitely making money off of it.
Sometimes feels like there's no stopping the greed. It makes sense why there are so many people in prison and their sentences are long. And that's part of the greater problem that's going on right now in the world. It seems really hard to fight.
The letters really have given me a perspective on what it means to be so lonely and how literature can just help that sometimes. Just a simple little book can really make a difference for people. We've gotten so many just thank you notes, people saying how it meant so much to them to get something.
A million thanks could not express my gratitude to you all for your continued support. Your efforts do make a difference in our lives in here. Peace and much respect.
Para todos mis amigos de afuera, los voluntarios de este proyecto de Inside Books, les deseo un feliz y próspero año nuevo.
You know, one of the things that works really well within the collective is a sense of pride in what we do and how much we are capable of.
Merry Christmas to all of you at the Inside Books Project. Thanks for remembering a lonely soul in prison, and a Happy New Year to you all.